Okay, so when we pull a clip into our session, whether we like it or not, Live is going to try to figure out a tempo for that clip. Okay? There's no way to stop it. Live is going to say, that clip looks like it's about 75.88. That's what it thinks the beat is. Now, how does Live figure that out? What it's going to do is it's really going to look for transients. Transients are like the attacks of notes. So if you just look at the waveform here, you can see this is obviously a transient of some sort. And this probably is, this probably is, this probably is, this probably is. And it's going to try to figure out if that each of the transients that it sees is a kick or a snare or something that belongs in a downbeat, or and it does this for more than just drums. I'm just thinking out loud, and it's going to do all kinds of complicated analysis based on where the transients are and where it thinks they go. You can kind of see the things that it thinks are important in these little gray little arrows, right? That's where it says, hey, that's something. Now there's a way to say, that's not quite right. We can change it. We'll get to that in a minute. So, transients. Things that have definitive transients, Live is going to get right more often. In other words, so let's look at this one, okay? This is nothing but transients. You see, it's an attack and another attack and another attack and another attack. Okay, so Live is going to see this and say, okay, these are quarter notes. They're dead on, right? So it's going to get this perfectly right every time. Anything that just has something so clear where we just see these attack points. And, it saw a few other attacks here, but that's okay. It's not enough to mess around with it. So you can see this one, it thinks the BPM is 120.00. If you see a clip BPM that's a number 0.00, it's probably perfectly right. If Live comes back with a BPM that's like 140.85, it's probably a little off because no one made a beat at 140.85 unless you're analyzing like an acoustic drummer. Acoustic drummers, real humans, do play at fractions of beats. But this one's probably a tad wrong. This one too, it says is 75.88. That's probably 76. So if you have something that is made up primarily of transients, like a drum beat or something like that, it's going to be easier for Live to guess the right tempo.